Hey guys, before the video officially begins, this is just a little bit of preface stuff here going on. Um, when I recorded all these, I did these very much out of order. This is, I kind of just did this as I was doing my challenge runs, so if something doesn't make sense or you hear technically a spoiler like, oh, Debora did this while you were talking about, you haven't even seen Debora yet, that's because I recorded these out of order, and I forgot about, the whole fact that I record out of order. I also mentioned that I record out of order several times too, so, I'm only going to ask that, just bear with me. I piece these together more on a timeline way instead of in order of recording. That way you don't have to bounce back and forth to compare things. So I pair all the Bianca stuff together, all the Nera stuff together, all the Debora stuff together, and then everyone else that is included for this storyline together. So that's the way I have it set up, but the recordings were, again, mishmash, and so I may reference things that you haven't seen yet. I only ask that you just bear with it. That's the only thing I'm going to ask, is all. But with that said, let's go on to the original introduction that I actually did record first and maybe way out of date. I'll see you in there. Okay, guys, this is going to be a little different. I am going to show off something that I didn't know about, that maybe some people did, but, well, I wanted to show this off in video format. So, there's a quest in Generation 2 to get your childhood pet Sabercat back, and it starts here in Lodestar Harbor. This is normal stuff here, and you start off by rescuing this farmer guy. I'm going to talk as we do this because this is a very easy fight. So we save him, and he pays you some gold now, and if you get rid of the monster that's plaguing their town, he will pay you another 1,500 gold for a total of 3,000, which is, hey, nice little mini payday here. Thing is, you don't have to do it. In fact, a couple of my monster party runs, I've not bothered with getting Sabercat back at all. But in any case, whether you say yes or no, he offers it to you. So the whole point of this video is that there's different responses depending when you decide to go and do this quest. Now, I want to show off this beginning here just to get the basics, and then I'm going to run you through what I believe is the intended way to play this off first, which is probably the way that everyone's done. And then I'm going to show you different times that you could take on this quest, and you'll get much different responses. For instance, right now we're alone. There's no party chat. But the next thing we're going to do is when Bianca decides to help us with our ring duties, well, we're going to go ahead and bring her along and get some party chat for it. It's going to be like slightly different responses every time, and honestly, it's something I never really stumbled on because I always rescued the tiger, like, immediately. So, I'll meet you guys in Hay, and we're going to go ahead and, well, go over the basics first, and then I'll show you the different times that we can go. See you there. Alright, this is not a big part, but I just want to show off the first time you come here at night, when you first get the quest, you get this little bit where the monster runs off. That's all. Now, I'll show you off in daytime real quick, because there's nothing else interesting here at night, unfortunately. The only places that are open are the inn and the church, which just say the generic stuff here, so don't worry about that. I'll meet you during the day. Okay, this is it during the day, and this is what you would normally see. So, you talk to this first guy.
By the goddess, the fields are a proper mess again. If it goes on this much longer, we'll be dying of starvation and hunger.
I imagine that's how they say things. I'm not good with accents. I try.
Here is a. You fancy folk could probably call a day. Only what with that beastly wolf monster scatting the fields abroad, we ain't got much aid to gather. My whole life as I's lived here, but I'm thinking we'll have to head off into them hills before long.
God, there's so many. The loss of an H sucks, guys. There's nothing over here. Let's talk to your little kid here.
Granny's been acting funny, all funny lately. She's only eats one little dollop of her food and then gives the rest to me. Says she does. I hope she ain't sick. I've been working like Billy old me a whole life, but things ain't getting any easier. Why was I born in this air dump, eh? The gods ain't wasting any of her smiles on me, that's for sure.
And then we have this area here.
What you want? Pa's over Baylor's Bale's place, if that's who you're after. You know, place with them horses outside.
So, you know, this is the typical conversation. I want to mention this because we're also can do this in later generations, and some of their dialogue changes. At least I believe so. We got this guy here. Talking all the muster the energisms to do anything these days. I'm so hungry. I put up that Derrick row in the field to scare off that wicked devil monster, but it ain't been much good. And we're famous for our Derrick rows here, you know. Oof. That's some dialogue there. Yeah, nothing else around that we really need to talk to. The horses don't say anything either, so don't worry about that. And then you get the general discussion here. Bailiff Bales here. So your idea is to pick up someone what'll help us at the pub in Lodestar Harbor. That's the plan, is it?
That's it, Bailiff. Then get some proper feisty scrappers in that there pub.
No, I don't like the idea. We can't go asking any old bay we come across for assistance in village matters. They'll just take the reward and run. I can't be wasting any more time on this cod swamp. I've got things to do. Like storming off? And who the blazes are you? Out my way! What a lovely gentleman. But anyway, you young'uns is all the same. All headed and miraculous.
Oh, hello, me lovers. You remember me, don't you? From Lodestar Harbor. I wasn't sure you'd be a-comin'. But here you is. I know how to pick 'em, don't I? I best let Bailiff Bales do the explicating, excuse me. I knows the ins and outs of it. You must be the bay has been asked to help us. God, the H's, sorry guys. From the pub, wasn't it? I'm most obligated that you come down here, eh? Thank you kindly. We's all a-praying to the goddess that you can help. So then, about this monster what's been causing all the palaver? It looks as pot wolf and pot lion, and is blimmin' scary in what he is. I don't know where he lives or not, I'm afraid. All I can tell you is that it comes from the west. We's all seen him, the bizzly beggar. So what we's asking you to do is to go off west and find his lair and give him a good larruping so he won't come back again. Oh, those are words. But yeah, that's the general story. I think we have one more person here. According to what I've heard, there's even more scary monsters in the other parts. At least our beast ain't hurt no people here yet. But yeah, that's everybody. And next I'm going to show you the cave where the monster is, which is just our saber tiger. But I'm only going to show you guys once we get in there and all that. Up to where we actually confront him, because everything else along the way generally doesn't matter during this time. It will matter more when we start bringing people, though. So I'll meet you. Yeah, I'll meet you inside the cave. I was trying to think my words through. I'll see you there. Okay, we're here, and this is the simple part. All we're going to do is go up to him. We got to make sure you have Bianca's ribbon in your inventory, and it has to be in the hero's inventory. Other monsters that try to do it, it just won't work. So, you go up, you talk, you get into a battle. By the way, you cannot actually defeat him, and even if you did, it just sends you out as if you fled. Which, by the way, you can flee at any time, and it scoots you out here. I want to demo that, because that'll be important later as well. But anyway, Grar.
So we just go ahead and show off this ribbon, and you can just attack anyway for bullshit reasons. Monsters dangles Bianca's ribbon in front of the Great Sabercat's face. The Great Sabercat catches the scent of the ribbon. It seems to be remembering something. The Great Sabercat starts to lick Monster's face. Unbelievable! It's Baumrem. That's my favorite name for him, because it's closest to Barongo, which is his original sort of default name in Japanese. But anyway, this is how you recruit your kitty. He gives you Pancras's sword, and to collect the rest of your money, you gotta go back to Hay, but they're gonna get all pissy. So, I'm gonna show you guys that next, where they get all pissy. Just in case there's more dialogue changes. I don't think there is anymore, though. But I'll meet you back there next. But, yeah, sword for me. And Baumrem joins the party. Alright, I'll meet you there. Okay, we come back, we have a cat, and here's what people say. Look, there's that there monster! Don't kill me, I don't want to die! You get all bullshit stuff like this.
Serious, eh? You fanciful publican, hey? By the goddess, you made friends with A, did you? You frightened the whole what's-its off everyone.
Yeah, I forgot all the voices I gave them, but it doesn't really matter. This is just the generic talks that everyone does. Don't worry, I won't be repeating anything when they're basically saying,
Huh, is that the monster your pet is it? So, you're a monster tamer, is it? Then? Wow, that's amazing. I know what you is. You's a monster tamer.
Good job. Then we get this lady here.
Dear goddess, you have frightened me to death. Is you and that there liony beast friends or something? People's been watching you and walking about the place together. You know, the bailiff knows all about you.
Yeah, this is just telling them that they're scared and all that. There's that there monster. Don't kill me, I don't want to die. Okay, yeah, you're generic, whatever. And then we have this fella here. Uh-oh, stay away here. Oh, what's that? That there Terrico? Take it if you want. I don't care. Take whatever you want. Just get that monster out of here. Yeah. That's how you get the Terrico over here, which I usually use to take out Slom the Rook because, well, he gets scared easy. Oh, here we go. Another the farmer that ran out before.
Ha ha ha. Well, I'll be a begging. You're a cunning little blimmer, ain't you? You've been cahooting with that there monster all along. I knew it, I did. You're right clever, Dickie, eh? You fooled old Bales good and proper. Pick up your reward money and then you best clear off and never come back.
Because they're lovely people. But yeah, everybody thinks you caused the issue and all that.
I know what you've done. You had it planned from the start. You and that monster working together. I must have been loopy ever trusting you.
Yep, and you too.
Ah, I ain't done north. Leave us be.
Grr.
Ah!
I don't want to hear it. I'll give you your gold, as 'tis what we agreed, and we don't want no more trouble from that monster friend of yourn. And then you get your money. So that's the end of it. Now get gone. Yeah. Everyone's pissed off at us because they think we did it on purpose and all.
You kinda made yourself none too popular around here, ain't you? But I know them's got it all wrong. You're not that kind of bay, are you, man? Tis thanks to you that we can all get back to work in the fields. So, Teddy, even if no one else will, thank you, my lover. He is forever in your gratitude.
See, she's the only person that is kind of nice about it. Everyone else is at least at worst antagonistic and at best tolerant. So, but there's is the general base story of Hay. But what happens if we come later? Maybe bring Bianca along. Maybe after we're married. Maybe when we bring Debora or Nera here. Or when we bring our children here. Maybe bring Pippin and Sancho over too. Why not? What happens then? Well, that's what we're going to find out next. So I'll meet you there next. Hey guys, so I decided to try something a little different. I'm on a different playthrough at the moment. regarding the hay stuff and all. As you can see, I already have Baumrem, but I never spoke to the person in Lodestar Harbor. Wow, they got me saying no H's now too. Jeez. So what happens when you never speak to him, but you still have Baumrem with you? Well, the game doesn't know how to handle it, so it deletes Baumrem a little. Well, it removes him from your party briefly. Watch. You go here. Where'd Baumrem go? Well, he's still in our party. He just can't come in with us, apparently. You're missing the front person here. The front farmer dude that usually is there that's like, oh, I don't know why we keep doing this, whatever. And then you got, what do you want? Themins in there's got important stuff and are being discapitated. We don't want no one poking about who went from around these parts. Yeah, this is the guy that normally is in front. He's blocking the way. So that's what happens normally when you don't even talk to anybody. But it's like, what gives? Your problem should be over. I grabbed Baumrem. You should be fine, right? Well, what happens if we try going... Let's see, Baumrem's back in our party now. What about if we try going to Lodestar Harbor and rescuing the guy? Since, well, like I said, I never did. I'm not doing cuts or anything because this is very simple. See, this guy's still there, which is how you could tell. This loser's here. I should say loser. I like this guy. He's actually not a bad guy. He's just kind of ignorant. So, we're here with the mad creature. Oh, we chipped in, you stubborn idiot, blah, blah, blah. And we want a piece of the action. Come on, Baumrem. Let's beat the crap out of these guys. For not even a boss time. Because it's literally just rough ruffians, whatever. So, the beast that was terrorizing your village just saved you. And what does he do? Well, let's just hurry that part up. He says we're the man to be trusting. He says he's only going to say this once, but he's just saying the general stuff. I'm not going to... He doesn't say anything different. I'm just spoiling it right now, guys. He doesn't say anything different. He just repeats his spiel. Alright, I'm going to fast forward. Yep, hey. And then he's like, I'm only going to say this once. Do I need to tell you all that again? No. And then he calls me handsome. Aw. Well, thank you. So again, keep in mind, we saved him with the guy that apparently is terrorizing the place. So, we warp back over. What about now? Maybe we can bring in Baumrem now. Nope! You cannot! He immediately gets taken away. And they're back to saying, oh no, they're mess again, we're gonna be starving, blah blah blah. And then they have the same exact discussion as usual. They offer you the job. There is no difference. It is just kind of funny. Yes, hello, you were coming. Same thing as the usual. I'm just fast forwarding through it because it's literally the same. If you need to read through it, pause. But yeah, now we go out. We go back in again. Suddenly, everybody's scared of us again. Yep, that's what happens when you try doing this out of order. It's like, wait, what? And now, this guy's like, you had a plan from the start, even though the creature that was terrorizing us helped and saved me before. I must have been half loopy for trusting you. It's ridiculous, guys. I guess the game didn't really think of a clever way to handle it, so they just kind of edit history. So, that's what happens when you do things out of order. But I'm glad I got to show it off. I am going to try and see if the wives have anything different to say when you take the quest fresh, because maybe there's some unique dialogue there, too. We'll see. But for now, let's go to the next clip, I guess. Okay, guys, we now have Bianca with us while we're on our way to getting the Circle of Water. Here you go. Just to show you. I'm not going to be doing voices this time. I think I was being a little silly the first time, so I'm just going to read them normally when it comes to anything relevant. But yeah, I wanted to see if she has something else pop up real quick. No. Okay, it comes later then. Alright. Anyway, I want to show you guys what happens at night first, and then I'm gonna come back and show you during the day. So, here's night. There's Baumrem. Did you see that, monsters? I can't help feeling like I've seen that beast before. This place gives me the willies, you know? It's just a little bit too quiet. Alright, and that's all the responses you've got for at night. I'll meet you here during the day. Okay, we're here during the day now. Let's go ahead and take a look here. This place is dull as ditch water. Not like good old stock and barrel. What have we come here for, monsters? Ain't we got things to be doing elsewhere? And yeah, that's Chromio. I probably should have left him in the car, the wagon. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and chat with people. I've already spoken this before, so I'm just gonna show that. And now her die of starvation. Things are worse here than they look. And yeah, Chromio, shut up. I'm just gonna show off all her responses in general. This is a sorry old place. I doubt there'd be many other folk who'd stay here. That's all she says there. Now we have the old lady talking about how this wolf monster is messing things up, having to head in the hills. The hills? I doubt he'd be able to find any food up there. But that's it with the old lady. Let's see. We also have the kid, the dog. She doesn't do her any response. He talks about how his grandma is giving him all the food. Sounds like the old woman passing up on her food to feed the little one. My voice is going is why I'm not doing real voices, I'm just reading normally. That guy says nothing. Talk to this young lady here. What do you want? Pa's over Bale of Bale's place, if that's who you're after. You know, the place with them horses outside. Oh, I started talking without realizing. That woman's so thin and pale. I had no idea there were folk about having such a hard time of it. But yeah. Let's see. Don't bother with them. We could talk to this person. I can hardly... Yeah, this dude. I was about to talk again. It's hard not to. This guy's hungry and talks about the Terror Crow. I wonder if that means that the monster's even scarier looking than the Terror Crow. I don't think she has a response to the Terror Crow, if I remember right. But, you know, let me just go ahead and double check. I wrote notes to see what the differences were. Yeah, no. I didn't think so, but I had to check. Alright, that's everything you could talk to. She has no response to the horses, even though you could talk to them through the fence. It's kind of nice. I didn't know that. There's nothing in the store or the church, so let's go ahead and talk about their little argument here. Yep, that's the plan. And there goes the hothead. Out me way! Let's see, you gotta turn into a Stone Age man here in a moment. Out me way! Sorry, I find that funny. She has no response to that. She only responds to these two. The guy up top she doesn't care about. So here's the dude that apparently he's falling in love with us because he's calling us his lovers. You know, I actually don't know if he pluralized it because we brought someone with us or if it just he says it when you're by yourself too, but whatever. Anyway, yeah, this is the guy that recruited us in the beginning. Sure, we ain't got time for this, have we? I suppose it's a done deal now, though. If you said you'd help him out, then I'd better just go along with it, eh? But yeah, that's all she has to say there. And now we talk to the bailiff. He tells us the criteria to get money. And what we need to look for. And that we gotta go off west to find where this lair he is in. We always seem to be going off and tackling some monster or other, eh? Maybe one of these days we'll even take on the Grandmaster of the Underworld himself, eh? Just joking. I like that. A little bit of a premonition there from Bianca. She has nothing else to say? No. And last person to say anything here is gonna be this lady. There's even more scary monster in this part. It hasn't hurt anyone yet. It ain't attacking people. Sounds like one of them monsters you have trailing about after you, eh? Hint, hint. But other than that, yeah, I think the next response is in the overworld. Let me see if I can get it. And after that, I'll take you to the caves, and I'm just going to show you the responses, not the battles. So, here we go. It's a shame you ended up getting separated from Baumrem. I wonder how he's getting on. That's the only thing she'll say. Everything else is the generic talk she does. But I only got it after visiting Hay and getting this plot line started officially. So now I will meet you inside the caves where her next first response will be. I'll see you there. Okay, we're in the caves. Here she goes. I thought I was the only coming with you to look for the Sun Ring, and yet here we are, going after a monster again. Maybe the monster who's been attacking Hay hangs out in this cave. And that's all she has to say on this floor. I will meet you on the second floor where she'll say something different. Again, I'm just jumping through. Alright, here on the second floor. I've still got that ribbon I gave you back when we were kids. I feel like that English is slightly off there, but whatever. I could say no, but I'm just going to say yes because we actually do have it. That's good. It's nice to know that you've kept it all these years. The bats are a bit dodgy in here, eh? Mind where you're walking, won't you? I think that's it for this. Yeah, thank you, Dusty. Alright, she doesn't say anything else until you talk to Saber, and also I think talking to the guard over there, so I don't remember if the guard actually says anything, so I'll meet you wherever the next response is. Alright, here's a little bit of a funny one here. Talk to this guy, he freaks out and falls down. Oops, I hope that soldier ain't falling on his head. You go down there and check on him. Yeah! He gets scared one more time, no response, but then... Dear goddess, you can't creep up on people like that. There's an almighty beast that lives in this cave, you know. I'd be careful if I were you. Looks like soldiers are made of pretty stern stuff. I didn't expect them to faint, mind. But yeah, that's all for that one. I will meet you back over in, I think, yeah, in front of Baumrem. See you there. Alright, this is us right in front of Baumrem. So that's the big monster. It seems a bit pitiful to me. I feel bad for going after it. And little fun fact. I'm going to show this off on screen. You can give Bianca the ribbon. And when you confront him, try having her show off the ribbon. But he doesn't react to it. It's funny. It's weird that he doesn't react to Bianca, but he does react to monsters. Maybe because he spent more time with monsters, but I just wanted to point that out. That's kind of interesting and a little weird detail there. But anyway, we gotta flee. And then she says, you don't think that giant Sabercat could have been... Nah, I suppose the chances of that are pretty slim, really. Just ignore me. So, we gotta take the ribbon, and why don't we give her this big book of beasts. I'm sure she'll enjoy the reading. She doesn't say anything else until we recruit him, so let's do that real quick. There's no real need to cut this out. And why don't you attack anyway? We do this, he likes the ribbon, he loves us, oh my god, it's Baumrem. Give a sword. Unusual emblem. Of course, it's Pancras' sword. Oh my gosh. Alright, and we get Baumrem. I'm just going to fast forward this part because it's not really related. We already know how that goes. And now, Baumrem, remember my ribbon after all this time. That's so cute. Even though he didn't recognize it on your hands, only on mine. Baumrem has been looking after Pancras' sword all these years, waiting to give it back to you sometime, monsters. It's going to be a bit tricky explaining this away to the folks back in Hay. Yeah. So, that's what we have to look forward to. I'll meet you back in Hay next, because she has no other unique dialogue along the way. See you there. Alright, we're back here in Hay. I think they're all scared because we have Baumrem with us and he's the one who tore up their fields.
But he didn't mean to cause any harm, eh? Hopefully they'll come round and forgive him. I feel like everyone's looking at us. I think they're a bit scared of us, you know?
Yeah, Gerp her. Alright, here we go.
They're a monster. No point in trying to tell him Baumrem wouldn't attack people. He's in too much of a tease to listen properly.
That's true. Nothing new at the inn. The old lady says something.
This here is hay. Hay. You fancy folk probably call hay.
Exactly.
You're frightened of what's-its? That old woman seems relatively calm. Maybe she ain't scared.
But yep, alright. Anyone else? I like that you get... I just like the fact that you get this different dialogue is all.
Ha! Is that monster your pet?
So is you a monster tamer? If you say no, there's no unique response, so just say yes.
Wow, that's amazing. At least kids ain't phased by it all, eh? I know you is. You was a monster tamerer. So you're a monster tamerer, are you?
Yeah, I like how Bianca reacts to it. That's kind of cute. Let's see. We can go in here.
Dear gods, you have frightened me to death.
We could show this lady our dog. Or tiger.
I feel really down in the dumps now.
It's kind of nice to have company, though, when this happens. If I was doing this the first time, and I had brought someone when I first got Baumrem and all that, I think it'd feel a little nicer to have someone company as you do this. And there's this guy freaking out.
Maybe better if we steer clear of this place from now on, eh?
Yeah, nothing there. And there's this guy who thinks we were screwing with them the whole time. Yeah.
What a horrible man. It looks like he thinks you got Baumrem to terrorize the village from square one.
Yeah. There's also another unique thing here. Talk to Mr. Terracrow, dude. Terracrow, take it, I don't care.
We didn't even say we wanted the stupid scarecrow.
I like that she mentions that. It's kind of cool. And if you take the scarecrow, or Terracrow, whatever it is. Oh, it says scarecrow and then Terracrow. It's weird. But if you do that...
Yeah, it's a scary-looking scarecrow, alright? I'd rather not touch it unless I have to.
And now, let's get shunned. But also pick up our money. Here's a guy that recruited us originally, and now he's all pissed off.
This little adventure didn't turn out so good, eh? At least we reunited with Baumrem, though.
And the bailiff. The guy up top doesn't do anything unique. Yeah. Give me money and go away.
I'd rather just give back the money the bailiff give us, wouldn't you?
Give us instead of gave us? I'm not sure if that's quality control or supposed to be a slant on our accent. But, oh, and we have one more. Let me see.
You gonna made yourself none too popular around here, ain't you?
Yep. This lady's awesome. And what does Bianca say?
It's nice to finally hear a few words of thanks, eh? I do feel a bit guilty, man. Our Baumrem almost had this place on the brink of starvation, after all.
But, alright, and that's it for Bianca. I'm gonna double check to see if there's any different responses if you don't bring Baumrem with you. But, if there's none or nothing really too unique, I'll just skip to the next person or event. I'm gonna see if there's any differences if you marry Bianca and come back to recruit Baumrem, but if there isn't, I just won't record it, so no worries there. So I'll see you in whatever's next. I'm not sure which. Okay, so there actually is some different responses from both the villagers and Bianca if you leave Baumrem behind. But this one's not unique, so I won't say anything. And now let's talk to him. Now, don't give me one to die is normal, but
still to keep away. I know you's friends with it. I seen you walking about with it. Keep it away from me. So much for leaving Baumrem behind to stop people freaking out. Looks like they're just as scared of us as they are of him.
So, yeah, I didn't realize that. This is all going to be completely fresh for me for what responses are. I don't imagine this lady's going to be saying much. Yeah. And I don't think there's going to be anything new here. Yeah, that's what happens if you say no. And that's the same there too. Stay away from us, Stable Maid, please. That's the same. Yeah, you guys are gonna figure this out with me at live. Oh, is you and that there lion beast friends or something? Okay, that's different. People's been watching you, and that's normal. Down the dumps. All right. So slightly different dialogue, but not too much. Just very, very slight. Let me see. That's normal. Take whatever you want. Just get that monster out of here. We don't have it with us, but... And that's normal, too. Okay. Yeah, this is completely different here for me. Let's see. That's roughly the same. And so is that. I think it's only like a couple characters that will react whether or not you brought it with you. Let's see, with him... Yeah, that's something different. I ain't done Nort, leave us be. Because before, Baumrem would interrupt him and make him go, ah! Let's see, what about you? That's normal, that's the same. And what about you? We got our money, didn't say anything different. Didn't say anything different either. And I don't think it's going to be anything different here. Yep. That's the same as well. Okay, so it's just those, like, 2 to 3 different people, and that's it. Good to know. I just wanted to show it off real quick, though, and make sure I didn't miss anything. So, just a couple people that make that extra reaction. But, alright. Now, I'll move on to the next person doing this, whether it's her after marriage or not. I will try to list only those with a slightly different, unique dialogues. Again, this is just a little side interesting thing I found, so hope you guys are enjoying it, and I will see you in the next event. Okay guys, now we're here with Bianca before marriage, where she was helping you get the, what is it called, the water wing or something? Anyway, we're here at the Hay Village. We did not talk to the original farmer who gives you this mission, and just went straight to Hay. There is only one unique bit of dialogue that I wanted to show off, but because everything else is the same. The dull as dishwater, not as good old stock and barrel, and then we've had that before. Anyway, there's only one unique thing, and that's with the original farmer that's up front now blocking this door. Bianca does comment on this.
I hate when people are unfriendly to outsiders like that.
And that's it. That's all there is. That's the only unique dialogue. I did try going and starting the mission with the original farmer up in Lodestar Harbor and see if she had any reaction, but no, she does not react at all. Even if you bring her in the party and save him in the fight and it gives you the mission, she says nothing. So, just wanted to let you guys see that. I'm going to check and see if we get any unique dialogue when we go rescue Baumrem without the mission being given to us. But I highly doubt there's going to be anything unique. So, if there is, though, you'll see it. If not, well, enjoy the next clip. Okay, guys, this is nothing super new, but I just wanted to show off what happens when you say no to Bianca here. That's all. I didn't really show off when you do, I only showed off saying yes, so...
You got it right there. Stop teasing me, you cheeky monkey.
That's all. That's the only thing I wanted to show off. Alright. Okay, guys. We are currently... After rescuing Bianca... We are married to her, obviously, and we're going to start the Hay quest. Fun fact that I found out is if you choose not to acknowledge the original farmer that you meet in the bar over in Lodestar Harbor, and just, skip that completely until now, well, the game thinks you already talked to him, and he's already... And when you talk to him later, he automatically thinks like, "Oh, yeah, you must have talked to me before. You already got your 1500s, right? So there's another 1500 in it for you if you help out." So yeah, you miss out on 1500 if you don't at least help him out in the beginning. So depending on whenever you want to be rescuing or doing the Hay story or not, you might want to get that free 1500 up front because that fight is free to begin with. So anyway, with that said, there's not a lot of extra dialogue here, just so you know. She says exactly the same thing as she does before marriage around here. The only differences is right over in the loft here. Everywhere else is basically the same so far. Yep. There's only a very, very few different dialogue pieces, though, sadly. You know, you would think there'd be a little bit more, but one of the differences is she actually reacts here. She doesn't react in the beginning, in the absolute beginning, but here, she does.
Blimey, he's a bit of a rough one, eh?
And that's it. That's the whole bit of dialogue there. She also has one extra thing here for the original farmer that is trying to recruit us. Yeah, I never did offer, but whatever. And okay.
I suppose we can't really ignore a cry for help, eh? We better see what we can do.
Yeah, that's slightly different. It's nothing exciting. It's just there, you know? And one fun fact, I do have to talk to him, by the way. When you talk to him and Bianca reacts in the before marriage, she mentions this whole thing about, geez, we're always helping people out. Maybe one day we're just going to have to take care of the Lord of the Underworld. Just kidding. They take out the Underworld part here, and now instead it's just, we always seem to be going and tackling the monster or something. And that's it. That's all she says. She doesn't do anything else. So that's it for everything. Let me see. Yeah, that's it for everything up until we recruit Baumrem. Seriously, there's no other new dialogue. Everything's a repeat from here. So I will meet you after we recruit Baumrem and let you see that one piece of dialogue. And then there's one more piece of new dialogue after that, and that's it. There's not a lot. It's not like Debora, who had pretty interesting changes. So anyway, I'll see you there. Alright, now for the one little bit of extra dialogue here, and then literally nothing else for the cave.
There ain't nothing we need to be doing here. Time to push on to Nenderia.
I think that's something that all the wives have something extra to say towards the... Wait, if you already have Baumrem with you, it's just one of those things trying to redirect you, that's all. In case you get lost or whatever. But literally that's it for new dialogue in the cave. There's only one more piece of new dialogue in the village. So, also, if I didn't mention it before, there's nothing new at night. She says exactly the same thing as she does before marriage. So, anyway, I'll meet you in Hay for the last piece of dialogue. Okay, and this is the one extra piece of dialogue that she says that's unique. You talked to the original farmer that helped you out here?
This has turned out a bit nasty, eh? Still, it's nice to have been reunited with Baumrem.
That's it. That's the only new piece of dialogue. And I might be actually mistaken. This might actually be a repeat for after marriage, just after marriage, instead of after rescuing her from Mount Zugwang. So, but yeah, she doesn't say anything different here. Yeah, that's exactly the same, and same with the upstairs lady and everyone else in the residence. They're all the same. So, this one's a little shorter and a little sadder, to be honest, though, that there's not as much extra dialogue. Not like Debora was. Of course, by the time you're reading, I might have this out of order, so I might be spoiling some things here, and I apologize. I recorded this after doing Debora's run, so she has unique dialogue compared to more unique dialogue relating to her character development, unlike Bianca, so anyway, that's it for Bianca. I will see you probably in the Nera run next, both in video order and in my recording order, so see you there. Okay guys, this is just after marriage with Nera now. We're going to be talking to the people of Hay and getting her responses on these. Now, one thing I want to mention, if you marry Bianca and go right over here, all it does is just omit certain parts of her dialogue, just like the parts about where, oh, we're supposed to be getting the ring. So all you do is get less, that's it. It's basically the same, so don't worry about that. Anyway, here's upon first entering. I'll also show the nighttime one afterwards, because you can do that.
Oh dear, what a terrible state the fields are in. I wonder what happened.
Yep. So, now here we go. And this is going to say we're starving.
It's hard enough to work as it is trying to grow crops without having to put up with them being ransacked like that. I used to grow vegetables when I was staying at the Abbey, so I can understand just how soul-destroying it must be.
Yeah. She also makes a comment about the inn just like Bianca.
I suppose we can't possibly expect a meal here.
That sounds judgy, but it actually makes sense more that, oh, because of the fields and all that, you know? But anyway, let's talk to old lady. Yeah, beastly wolf monster. Now here's something interesting.
It sounds like he's on the brink of giving up. He's probably thinking of leaving so that the other villagers can have his food.
See, that sounds a little weird based on the context of what the old lady was saying. Like, saying he's on the brink of giving up. So they're talking about Baumrem is on the brink of giving up? Or are you saying that the old lady's giving up, but you used the wrong pronoun? It's weird. Is right? Like, let me look really quick. Yeah, it just sounds off, and I don't know why. But I think something happened similar with Bianca's anyway. So, here, let's go ahead and talk to the little boy, talking about how Granny's only giving him all her food.
I'm sure Papa would send some food parcels if I asked him nicely, but I suppose that's not a long-term solution. No, the only way to solve their problems here is to see off that monster, once and for all.
I kind of like that determination she has. I don't think that guy talks. Yeah, nah. And she doesn't say anything about the dog either. I shouldn't say he doesn't talk. I mean, she doesn't respond. And let's see.
Even the young women have the most incredible accents.
It's just like she suddenly ignores everything there. Let's see. Let's take a look at the shed. I can all the muster the engine. This dude here. Mr. Terracrow dude.
Fancy being famous for such a scary-looking scarecrows. Still, I suppose you have to do what you can to protect your crops.
So, alright. Yeah, I'll be honest, she has a lot more boring responses compared to Bianca, but anyway, there's no other responses from her. I'm gonna fast forward for this because we've seen this a bunch of times, so oh my god, can't waste my time. Out me way. Okay. Alright, now here's the guy that recruited us. Oh wait, he doesn't say anything. That's my bad. She doesn't say anything in response. She only responds to the bailiff. Alright, give me the lowdown. Alright then.
I seem to remember seeing a cave to the west of here.
So yeah, she's very like matter of fact. Alright, she doesn't say anything to talk to the guy in the north. You do get something from this lady a little.
I used to think monsters only like to eat humans, but some of them are vegetarians, you know.
That's an interesting little fact there, I thought. And I think that's just about it. Yeah, that's all the people that will respond, because even if you talk to this guy, though I don't think I talked to him before in other ones, yeah, she doesn't really respond much about it. Yeah, so, alright. Anyway, I'll meet you in the caves next. She has a couple things to say, and then when we come back. So, I'll see you there. So I almost forgot about checking this place at night, so here we go. And what do you have to say there, Nera?
Ooh, do you think that was the monster? It looked like it was tearing up the fields. The Abbey used to be quiet like this after lights out.
And that's it. Okay, now meet you in the cave. Alright, we're first here in the cave.
The monster will probably be quite aggressive because we strayed into its lair. Do take care, darling.
And that's literally all she says upon entering. It's kind of sad, actually. Alright, I will meet you at the second floor when she next says something. Alright, and here we are.
Oh dear, I hope that soldier's alright.
Alright, let's talk to him. She doesn't say anything there, but then...
I'm glad he's alright. I wonder what this almighty beast is like now.
Alright, and next I'll meet you at the next spot. Okay, now we're in front of Baumrem.
You think that's the almighty monster? It's a bit different to how I expected. Maybe we could talk to it into joining us.
Nay, indeed. Alright, now we're just gonna go ahead and do this and run away. Just as usual, if you give her the Bianca's ribbon, then it won't work, just so you know.
That was strange. The monster seemed to be holding back a little and not attacking with its full might.
Yeah. Alright. And now let's recruit him. Let's hurry it up. And use the Bianca's ribbon. And yep, you love us. Oh my gosh, that's nice. And join the party. Okay. And now...
Ooh, so this is the first monster you ever befriended then. You must have had a terrible time of it since being parted with you. But it survived. We should be sure to praise it. I feel like I've seen the crest on your father's sword somewhere before.
Ooh, actually, that's a little interesting.
I wonder how we could persuade the people of Hay to forgive Baumrem. He did destroy their crops, after all.
Alright, and that's it for everything in the cave. I will do one with Baumrem and one without Baumrem in the party when we go to Hay, so I'll meet you there. Alright, now we're here at Hay.
Poor Baumrem. When he lost you, he couldn't go back to the wild because he was too tame. He couldn't attack people. So that's why he ended up destroying their crops instead. He had to find food somehow. I feel like the villagers are avoiding us. I suppose they're feeling a bit bitter because of Baumrem destroying their crops.
Yeah. Yep, don't kill me, don't want to die.
I can't understand why people are so afraid of Baumrem. He's so quiet and sweet.
Aw. Alright, let's talk to old lady next. Yep.
The people in this village seem to think of Baumrem as some kind of monster.
A little bit of a boring response there.
Alright.
Yep, it is. I'm a monster tamer.
Looks like you're something of a hero in that little boy's eyes, monsters.
And I'm a monster tamer.
A monster tamer. How funny.
So she responds to that too. It's kind of funny there. Let's see. Yeah, you talk.
Oh dear, we don't seem to be all that welcome here. I think we should probably make ourselves scarce.
Lady responds too. Yeah, we're friends with him. She doesn't say anything different whether you bring him or not, though, so...
Looks like it'll be an uphill struggle trying to get these people to understand the situation.
Yeah. But yeah, she doesn't have as much of a feisty attitude as Bianca did here. Take it if you want. Okay.
The people here really are petrified of us, aren't they?
Again, yeah, she's definitely the much more boring response person for this scenario. Though I know she has better dialogue later. Here's what happens when we take the Terror Crow, though. She does actually have a response, though. And again, Terror Crow is actually pretty damn useful.
That Scarecrow's not so scary once you get used to it. At least it has a bit of character.
Alright. Yeah, she does respond to him. Yeah, this is the guy that accuses us. I'm gonna go ahead through this a little fast.
How rude of him to think something How rude of him to think something like that of you. What a nasty character.
Alright, Bianca and her agree to get on that. And let's see, this guy talks, but not the bearded one. This poor guy that recruited me thinks so low of me now.
He's in shock because he feels like you must have betrayed him. Hopefully he'll come around and trust us sooner or later, though.
Gerp her, yeah. And now, Bailiff bails, he's all pissed off, give us money.
There's no talking to these people. If only they give us a chance to explain.
Yeah, nothing else. But let's get the one person that actually appreciates us, and then we're gonna try without him next. Aww.
That's nice. At least one person in Hay feels grateful to us for what we did. I feel much better now. Let's just wipe the slate clean and get on with our journey.
At least she's pretty positive, you know? I appreciate that. But, okay. Next up, I'll meet you with the just the very few responses that are left when you don't bring Baumrem. I'll see you there. Okay guys, we're here now with Nera after marriage, and we're going to talk to this guy as well, because it's one little bit of unique dialogue that I missed before, so... What do you want? Them doing important stuffs to dissipate, whatever he's saying, I don't know. I'm not trying to say his words, anyway.
It must be an important conference for them to have someone standing on guard like that.
That's it. It's kind of funny, though, that that's all how she reacts. But anyway, I don't believe there's any other unique dialogue, though, so... See you in the next clip. Okay, guys. From my perspective, this has been a while since I last recorded one of these, but from your perspective, this is probably just like right in the middle or something of the video. I'm not even sure how I'm going to be editing this, but anyway, this is Nera after being rescued in Act 3. There's very, very, very little extra dialogue here. I think there's at least one less than what Bianca had. There's no new dialogue, nothing changed up until here, because just like the other wives, Nera finally responds to when Out Me Way guy actually pushes us. But only in Generation 3. In Generation 2, she's silent and just, like, takes it. Just like the other wives who are just, like, whatever to it. But now...
What on? How rude!
Yes, how rude! And also, one other piece of extra dialogue when you talk to the original farmer here. I keep calling him the original farmer. He's the guy that we rescued, but I like to call him OG. So, yep, explicating.
There's really no need for a reward, is there, darling?
Yeah, Nera would be the one that's a little too nice, right? But that's literally all the new dialogue that she has for Generation 3. I will meet you in the cave next, because that's the next bit of unique dialogue. This is going to be really short, just so you guys know. So, I'll meet you there. Okay, this is not necessarily new dialogue, but this is something I missed when I did the original recording for Nera just after marriage. So, this is a little bit of dialogue that she has when you first enter the second floor.
I'm really worried about falling, but I'll do my best to keep up with you. Walking along this path with all these holes everywhere is starting to make me feel rather faint.
Alright, and that's all. I'm only including this just because, again, I missed it in the original recording, so... Anyway, I'll meet you to the next new bit of dialogue, because everything else is exactly the same as the last part, so I'll see you there. Alright, and Baumrem just joins the party, and this is less a new dialogue, but rather in a mission. First she goes, first monster I ever befriended, yep. And wonders about persuading people and how to forgive Baumrem, this is normal. She actually had a third line when you first get her after marriage, where she mentions that the crest on our father's weapon looks familiar. That's actually the only bit of unique dialogue that she had after marriage that they omit here. So, kind of interesting. But anyway, for the last bit of unique dialogue on this run here is going to be this. And this is only because we just rescued her and we need to go to Naderia. That's it.
We don't have anything to do here now, do we? I thought you were in a hurry to get to Naderia, darling.
Yeah. Sadly, Nera just doesn't have the extra dialogue or as much interesting dialogue, though. So, but... Alright, and this is the last recording I'm doing from my perspective, just so you guys know. I think you guys still have Debora, and then also the kids, and Sancho and Tuppence's reaction, so hope you guys enjoy that, based on how I plan to set up the recordings anyway. So, I will see you there. Alright. This time, guys, we are right after marriage with Debora. So, why don't we go ahead and get started on finding her interesting talk. Considering it's her, she definitely is going to have some very snippy comments.
There really is nothing here, is there? I much prefer being in town to being in the countryside. Monsters, I do hope you've dragged me out to the middle of nowhere for a good reason.
Alright. What do you have to say to the guy that's talking about how they're dying of starvations and hungers?
The fields are in a mess, that's for sure. Maybe the monster's coming on the rampage because he's low on food too.
See, that's a little... That's insightful. Anyway.
I suppose I'll put up with this place for tonight. You better find us a decent inn tomorrow, though.
Yes, dear. Whatever you say, dear. Excuse me. Time for the old lady turn. Ugh, sorry, I had that in my throat.
There's no point in heading into the hills for food. It's like signing your own death warrant.
I always do like her party chat, though. And now we're going to talk about the kid whose granny's given him all her food.
I'm sure Papa would send some food if I asked him. That wouldn't solve the problem with the monster, though.
Oh, she had the same idea as her sister.
I don't mind helping them, if that's what you want to do, monsters. Could be quite good fun putting that monster in its place.
I kind of find it funny. She's like, I could do this. Why not?
What do you want? Let's see. She's very skinny, isn't she? Must be because she's not eating a decent diet.
Alright. This guy says nothing interesting here. Let's talk to the guy in the barn here. Talking about his terror crow.
So the monster isn't intimidated by the scarecrows. Never mind. I'm sure I'll be able to terrify him into submission.
I love that. Alright. There's nothing else to be spoken to besides what's in here. So we're gonna rush through this. Out me way. She has nothing to say to that. She has nothing to say to either of these two guys either, so we'll talk to the bailiff. Yep, we're obligated. Lemon part wolf, pussy beggar. Alright.
I've got a feeling I saw a cave to the west of here. Maybe that's where the monster's hiding out.
Alright, a little bit of a boring thing to be said there, but okay. Alright, and then, according to what I heard, what did you hear? No one didn't hurt anyone yet.
It may not be attacking people, but it's attacking their food, which amounts to the same thing.
Again, kind of insightful. She's like, she sees everything. Like, it's not like she's some useless spoiled brat. She's just a spoiled brat that can do things, but chooses not to. Sort of like an underachiever. But anyway, let's go ahead and make it dark. And let's see her response to the monster at night. Alright.
Do you think that was the monster? Could be a bit tricky getting the better of that thing.
Oh, interesting.
There's nothing to this place, not even a sound. It's far too quiet, if you ask me. The sound's just creepy.
But alright, all we got left now is the cave stuff and then talking to the people there. So, I'll meet you here in a moment. Meet you in the caves next. Sorry. Okay, here's the first floor of the cave.
You'll be able to take care of the monster too, won't you, monsters? I can just sit back and spectate.
Yeah, that's early Debora for you. Alright, next floor. Alright, this is the second floor.
If we're gonna fall down a hole, you're going to first, and you're going to break my fall. I won't look too kindly on you if you don't. There are holes all over the place. You better watch where you're walking.
Yeah. Alright, let's talk to the knight next. Alright, it's time to say nighty-night. Yeah!
Do you think that soldier's alright? He's a bit of a wimp, isn't he? I reckon you could fall down 100 times and still live to tell the tale.
This is also true. We fall down a lot in this game. Nothing to say. Get scared one more time, and... accusing us.
He's the one who gave us a fright, not the other way around. I'd have chucked you down the hole again if you made me jump like that.
I'm sure you would, Debora. I'm sure you would. Alright, let's go ahead and get to Baumrem's den next. Alright, here we go. And what does you have to say about upon entering?
So that's the thing, this monster. Having a magnificent creature like that as a pet would probably reflect quite well on me.
Yeah, of course you think that. Let's roar. and flee to get a little extra dialogue.
That's weird. Why doesn't it want to attack me? Am I not alluring enough? Wait, why is it so transfixed on you? It's usually me who stops people in their tracks. What? You know this beast from when you were small? I hope you're not trying to make a fool of me.
Of course, it's all about her. But, alright, let's go ahead and quickly recruit. I could cut this part out, but it just seems unnecessary, because I could just do this and go woo woo woo. And we got Baumrem back. Alright.
I can't help feeling that I've seen the insignia on your father's sword somewhere before. Now, where could it have been? No way. This beast used to be your pet when you were little? And he looked after your father's sword for all those years since. It's true that pets resemble their masters. How exactly are you planning on explaining all of this to those bumpkins in hay? I don't think they're going to like this somehow.
You are very right, Debora. They're not going to. But, alright, I will meet you inside of hay. And, quick FYI, the dialogue for Nera didn't change when I didn't bring Baumrem compared to having him with us, so it didn't matter. It might be the same for Debora, I'm not sure yet, but we'll find out. I'll see you there. Okay, I did test it, and yeah, there is different responses based on whether or not you bring Baumrem with you. Not big ones, so I'm going to start off with Baumrem first, and then I'll show you guys without him. Debora actually says something kind of interesting and nice.
Charming. After we went to all that effort to figure out their problem for them, this is the thanks we get. I've never had a problem with getting lots of attention, but I don't like the way they stare here. It's like they're scared of me.
Hey, they have a right to be scared of you, even without Baumrem. Alright, don't kill me, I don't want to die.
That man was actually shaken with fear. Still, I suppose that's understandable.
Alright, nothing new in the inn. Here comes the old lady here.
That old woman has courage. I'll bet she was a feisty girl like me back in her day.
Again, Debora's the most entertaining here. Then, yes I am.
Children are so innocent, they know no fear either.
I'm a monster tamer.
I've known for a long time that you're a monster tamer, but you're still my servant first and foremost, and don't you forget it.
I love that. I'm just gonna talk to the dog just cause. I don't believe she says anything with him, but I'm just double checking. Oh, here we go.
There's no need for him to beg. I'll gladly stay away. Let's go, monsters.
Alright, let's chat with this lady here.
I couldn't care less what they think of us. We haven't done anything wrong.
See, I kind of like her attitude here because, yeah, you do get a little bit wronged here. I mean, it's a complicated situation, don't get me wrong, but it's still like, you know, like, well, we didn't do anything wrong, so fuck you. You want the Terror Crow, blah, blah, blah.
Maybe we should take it as a reward. It could come in useful. Ugh, I don't want to carry it, though. That's your job, monsters. Got it?
Okay then. Yes, dear. Alright. Hold on, does she say anything? Oh, here we go. Monsters, she's just commenting on the town right now. Yeah, she said that before the first time we entered here. I'm gonna fast forward that, and let's see.
You take care of this, okay? It's not that scary at all, is it? Why are you eyeing it up against me like that?
Okay, that's pretty good. I didn't know she had 2 responses to it, too. That's pretty cool. So, it's funny. Bianca dislikes it. Nera says, like, it's not that bad. And Debora is just like, whatever. I kind of like all the responses. Alright, let's talk to this guy who accuses us, too. Yeah. Yes, we are clever dickies, alright.
How dare he? I have plenty of money of my own, thank you very much. I don't need to sink to those levels for their grubby small change.
It's true, she is rich. I still always love her indignant responses. Alright, I don't think she says anything with either of these people, but let's find out. Oh, here we go.
I'd say it's more loopy of him to believe the nasty rumors about us than it was for him to have trusted us in the first place.
Oh, good. She actually did respond. Alright.
Now get gone. I don't want their stupid money, and they don't have to tell me to leave. I'll do it gladly. Come on, monsters, I've had enough.
I love having her here for this. She definitely makes you feel a lot better. And that's weird to say that Debora makes you feel better when she's usually just putting you down. Alright, let's get the one kind person now. Thank you.
At least there's one person here that isn't a complete idiot. Huh. What a load of bumpkins.
But, alright, I believe that's everybody's response here. I will do a quick check-in on the people that have different responses when you don't bring Baumrem with you. But other than that, this is mostly done. So, I'll meet you at the mini responses first. Okay, this is the last bit, and only one person actually has a different response when you don't bring Baumrem. That's it. So,
I suppose all they see is that Baumrem destroyed their crops, so it stands to reason that they're scared to see us with him. But Baumrem wouldn't do him any harm. He needn't be afraid of his life like that, the silly man.
That's the part I kind of like. It shows that, you know, she knows Baumrem, and she's like, no, what the fuck? He's a good cat. Fuck off, people. She's a protective person, even if she's, again, not a bit of a ball breaker, so. Alright, but anyway, that's it for Debora just after marriage. Everything else is going to be... Next is going to be Gen 3 stuff, so I guess I'll see you there. It's going to be a little slow with the wives, though, because I'll be doing them on different runs. So, I shall see you there. Okay, guys, this is after just marrying Debora, but without starting any, not talking to the original farmer, and talking to this guy, which does give a little bit of unique dialogue. It's not that interesting, but I figured throw it in there just for completion's sake. So, this is what happens. Important stuff's to be discussed.
I'm leaving, monsters. What do you mean, why? Can't you take a hint?
That's all. And don't mind flambe. Alright, so that's all. That's the only unique dialogue that she gets from here. Everything else is just the same, so I'll meet you back with someone else. Okay, guys, this is right after rescuing Debora from King Corral and the Order of Mount Zugwang. And there are some different dialogue choices here. It's kind of interesting. Now, I'm recording this way after, let me see, whatever my last recording was, which I think was with maybe Sancho and Tuppence, I'm not sure. But from your point of view, this is my plan is to have this right after, what is it called? Right after we show off Debora's other dialogue when coming here. So, if you hear me talking in different I have a different point of view in the recording. So, if something seems a little out of continuity with what I'm saying, that's why. That's all. Just want to mention that. But anyway, I'm only going to show you the ones that are different and any dialogue that you have to do in order to progress. So, the first thing that she says something different with is with the boy. If you know, I could actually talk to him. So, Granny's been acting funny.
You should stop this boy from running around. He can't afford to build up an appetite.
Before, she did not say that. She mentioned how, maybe we should get some money from Papa to give to the town. That's all she said instead, so. And yeah, that's normal. That's the regular atmosphere thing. But, alright, I think there's only a few here. Oh yeah, there's only a few here, but the girl in the house, she mentioned that she's looking a little too skinny in the original dialogue, I think. That's normal. But then, this is different. She did not give this hint in the beginning.
Are you looking for her power, monsters? If you are, then hurry on over to this Bailiff Bale's place.
That's not very interesting, but it is different, so I included it. Let's see. After that, no one else has anything too much different to say, so we want to go here first. And I'm going to fast forward through this, because this is all the same. And out me way! And now, she does say something this time.
That's him, disqualified. From what? From being a potential servant of mine, of course.
Oh, are you trying to say you want to see multiple partners? I mean, that's up to you, I guess. Because you're the boss, obviously. No, I don't think that's really what you meant. But anyway, she actually does say something different with the original farmer. When, I think in the original, I want to say timeline, before when I did this, she didn't really respond to him. She had nothing to say, if I remember right.
What makes him think I offered to help him out? What's he blathering on about?
So, there's that, and after that there is one more thing, but that will only happen after we make it dark out here. So, I'll show that off in just a moment, because this is normal. That is normal talk. But yeah, everything else is the same in here besides at night. So let's go ahead and make it nighttime. You make it nighttime and there you go.
Was that the famous monster? I'm not sure you're up to fighting him.
Yeah, I kind of like that. She did not say that before. And this is normal. But, all right. Next up, I'll meet you in the cave. There's only very few bits of dialogue that's different, so I'll see you there. Okay, we're here at the cave first floor. This part's normal, but then
stay a bit closer, will you? I don't want that monster coming and attacking me.
That is different, and that's character growth. I think this is showing that, hey, Debora is honestly realizing after the year she missed, she doesn't really want to take too much for granted here, so she's getting a little closer with the hero. So that's kind of neat. But anyway, we won't get any new dialogue until we face Baumrem, so I'll be seeing you there. Okay, we're here in the middle of the fight against Baumrem the very first time. Nothing happens in between with her, so we want to flee. And then she says this.
That's weird. Why doesn't it attack me? Is it scared of me?
Originally, she said, am I not alluring enough? Just so you know. So this is her, again, going like feeling a little hurt, I think. Maybe.
Hey, why are you just standing there too? Aren't you going to fight it? No. Really? You know the monster from years ago? Then hurry up and make him one of my servants.
That's also different, because before she said, you're not trying to make a fool of me. So, yet another difference that I kind of like. Nay, indeed. Alright, next up is after we recruit him, so I'll meet you after we do. Alright, Baumrem joins the party.
Baumrem's one of us now. It doesn't matter what the bumpkins in hay make of it. You have to protect him no matter what, monsters.
That is super different.
The poor baby's had to fend for himself all these years. It's all okay now, though. I'm going to take care of him from now on.
And that is Debora really showing heart, guys. And now we have one more little bit of dialogue in the cave before we need to leave.
You don't think this is Nera, presumably? Then let's move on.
That's right, because right after we rescued her, we did get a message from the hero's mom, and mentioned that we should head to Nera if you want to continue, but please don't come, blah, blah, blah. So, Debora is just reminding us, hey, what the fuck are you doing? Get back to the main quest here, come on. Anyway, I'll meet you in town next. It doesn't matter whether or not you bring Baumrem in, just so you know. But I'll meet you there. Okay, we're back in town. This part is the same, but we get a little bit of funny dialogue here. Don't kill me, I don't want to die. Oh. Sorry. One thing I forgot, actually. There is a difference if you bring him. That's the original dialogue she had. But when you bring him with you... Sorry, that was my bad.
Haha, it's almost worth talking to him again just to see him react like that.
I love that. That is hilarious. That's the Debora we all know. Anyway, we get also another bit of dialogue when we talk to the old lady here. This part's normal. This is original. But then it does this, and gets misgendered. It's weird.
He doesn't seem to think we should have befriended Baumrem. Not that we should care what he thinks. Baumrem's one of us now. We don't need to take any notice of what anyone else says.
Again, it's a weird thing. I think something like that happened with one of the other wives, too. It's been a while since I've recorded it, so I might be misremembering, but I'm pretty sure someone else misgendered the old lady. And I think what happened was it spillover from another party chat that was supposed to happen, but ended up getting attached to here, maybe. That's my best guess, but it's kind of funny. Either that or just literally just misgendered, so... But let's see, right after talking to the old lady, the boy has nothing new with the boy or the dog, but we can talk to... Is it the lady here? No. No, we need to get the Terror Crow. We can talk to him, but it's she doesn't actually get much of a response. She gets the same response here, so I won't say anything there. It's when you pick up the Terror Crow this time. Let's pull it out of the ground. Yeah, we know. And
you're not scared at all, are you? Hey, why are you eyeing me up next to that thing?
Last time, she was more curious than she was, like, demanding, just so you know. It's very, very subtle, it is. She just, originally she says, it's not that scary. And then she's like, wait, why are you eyeing me up this thing? Now it's like, she's really noticing, like, excuse me? Before she was like, why are you? I don't get it. So, I like that. Again, once again, it's just something subtle, and I love it. Alright, here's another one that's also a little subtle. This guy accusing us of messing with them.
What a rude little man. We have plenty of money, thank you very much. We don't need your grubby small change.
The difference here? She says we. Before, she said I. That's the biggest thing. And maybe some slightly different words too, so because she's using we. Again, another subtle change to show that, yeah, her Ice Queen facade is cracking. Alright, let's see. The last one is a subtle one. Everything else will be the same that we've seen before. And it's after you talk to the bailiff.
Here. I don't need it and I don't want it. They can keep their stupid money. We're leaving, monsters, right now.
I love that. And anyway, the slightly subtle difference, she goes like, how dare he before. That's really all it is. But again, this is all rare dialogue, and I didn't expect to see such differences. That means when I do another monster party, I'm going to have to try out with the other wives. Of course, while I'm saying this, I probably have already done that, and you might have already seen it compacted with the Bianca or Nera ones. So... But yeah, from my point of view, this was done. This is the first one I've done after rescuing your wife. But all the rest of the dialogue is repeated from what we've seen before. So I hope you enjoyed this wife's thing. And this might, I don't know, maybe in time this is the last part of the video. Who knows if it is. Thanks for watching. But otherwise, I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Alright, we're in Gen 3 now, and we're going to do some more Hey Story stuff. Now, I brought along my son and daughter for this one, but I also have Tuppence and Sancho in the wagon. We'll be doing these in 2 phases. We're going to first do the son and daughter, and then we'll do Sancho and Tuppence together. The reason why is because each of those groupings have different types of party chatters. That's the best way I can put it. The daughter does not comment on as much things as the son does, and Tuppence is the same way as the daughter, while Sancho is more like the son, where he responds more while Tuppence responds less. So I figured we could combine them in that fashion, and that would be a nice way to do it. So let's go ahead and do the son and daughter. First up. And I also did this just to keep track of things better. So having more people does not interrupt other party chat either. I thought it might, but it actually doesn't, unless they have more than one thing to say. That's the only time it will interrupt it a little. So first things first, we have the girl.
Isn't the smell of the country great? A lot of the fields in the village look like they've been trampled over or something. I wonder if they're all like it.
The people here don't look very well, do they? Do you think they're hungry?
Yeah, that's the 3. It only lets you do 3, and then it waits a bit. Until you talk to someone, usually. So here we go. This guy talks about dying of starvation or whatever. The daughter has nothing to say about that, though.
There are some really bad apples in the world, aren't there? It's the vegetables I feel most sorry for. You know everything, don't you, Dad?
Here's his extra comment he had about the overworld of the village.
I'd never have expected to find a village all the way out here.
And there you go. Alright. Next up is the inn. The girl has nothing to say about it. I'm going by the names I gave them. I just named them girl and boy because they're not really the focus of this particular playthrough.
This inn's in a terrible state. Oops, I'm not supposed to say things like that, am I?
And yeah, she has nothing to say. Even if you brought her by herself, that's all. She would say nothing. She also has nothing to say about the old lady talking about this stuff here either. But the son does, so let's go ahead and do that.
The monsters are causing problems, even in a place like this. Well, not for much longer. Help is here.
Oh wait, you actually now have a comment? Oh, I was looking at Tuppence's, not daughter, not the girls. Okay, that's okay.
Into the hills? Oh, she means into the hills, does she? Is there food in the hills? Then there are mushrooms, I suppose.
That was my bad. I was looking at Tuppence's there. All right, she has nothing to say about this boy here. And he's been acting funny. My voice is doing slightly better, but it's still recovering, just so you know. Let's see.
But if his granny's ill, she should be eating to keep her strength up. It's because the fields have been ransacked, isn't it? That's why she's not eating. We've got to help these people, Dad.
And yeah, and she doesn't have anything to say. No one ever has anything to say when we talk to that guy until afterwards. So we'll go in here, chat with her. Only, I think, the son has anything to say. Yeah.
Who's Pa? Does she mean Dad? Dad? I mean, does she mean Dad, Pa?
Yeah, and daughter has nothing. Ooh, right. And now we have the Terra Crow farmer dude. No one says anything. Okay. You can hardly muster the energisms.
Terror Crow? Does he mean the thing outside? Come on, Dad, let's go and look at it again.
And she has nothing to say to the farmer. But, fun fact, they both have something to say about the Terror Crow.
Isn't it cool? I think it's brilliant.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
Hello, Scarecrow. Are you doing your job properly? You're making sure no bad monsters come near, aren't you? Yes, good Scarecrow.
I kind of like that. That's cute. Alright, that's it for here. Now we gotta get to the action where Out Me Way guy comes. I'm just going to mash my buttons here, but I'm not going to fast forward so we can see the stuff here a little. Okay, and Out Me Way. But they both respond to this.
Ow! You pushed me into the wall. Are you okay, Dad?
That man's rotten. Rotten like a bad apple.
Rotten and stinky.
That's kind of cute, I think, too. Let me see. Daughter has nothing to say about this guy, but oh, there is some slightly different dialogue here. Only slightly. Because it's been so long, he actually just mentioned just a little extra here.
Pillars and pitchforks.
You're the one what offered to help us out here before, ain't you, my lover? I don't know what accent I'm going with this. I's right, as two lefts. It is you. Hails bells, I as happy as I stacks to be seeing you. So what? Yeah, and then he goes on about this. I'm not gonna do the rest of the voicing here, because it's mostly the same, but there's just a slight change. That's it.
Grumping a monster? I like the sound of that.
But yeah, that's it. Alright. He has the exact same dialogue here. That's nice. Alright, and...
West? That's where the sun goes down, isn't it? See? I'm clever. I haven't got a clue what that man just said.
but yeah, let's see. And no one ever has anything to say about him. There's a beard farmer there either, so we'll just ignore him. And I think only the son has anything to say about the fact that this one doesn't hurt anyone. Maybe. Oh, no, daughter does too.
It sounds like the people here don't go out much, doesn't it? If they just went for a walk outside their village for a while, they'd soon realize there are loads of amazing monsters about.
If it turns out to be a good monster, you won't hurt it, will you, Dad?
Alright. That's all the responses for these guys. I don't believe anyone has anything to say about Mr. Out Me Way here, other than when they shoved him. Yep, nothing. So, alright, I'm gonna meet you guys in the caves with these two, and get whatever talk I can that way. And if there's anything in the overworld mentioning about this quest, I'll also take that into account. I'll see you there. I almost forgot about the reactions when the monster comes out at night, so let's do that.
What was that? Something just leapt out of the fields and ran off. Did you see it? That must have been the monster.
Phew, that gave me a fright. Wow, look at the stars. They're so beautiful again at night.
Yeah, there's a slightly different thing they could say also. And to get the sun's extra message, I just gotta do this.
It's just like being in a forest, isn't it? It's pitch black and there's no one around.
Okay, and that's it. Now I'll meet you in the caves. So far I haven't gotten anything in the overworld either. Okay, we're in the first floor of the cave.
The villagers are all working really hard to grow stuff. We should see this monster off for them.
I wonder what kind of monster it is. It's probably not a bad one.
Nay. Alright, I'll meet you in the next floor. Alright, we're here at the second floor. Only the daughter has 2 things to say, while the son only has 1.
Have you noticed the golden hairs on the ground here and there? They're probably from the monster.
I can lead us back out of here. I've been dropping sweet wrappers to mark the trail. Huh? Uh-oh. It's too dark to see them. I didn't think of that.
By the way, if her voice changes often, that's because I can't keep it. So, sorry.
You know that ribbon you always carry around, Dad? Is it really important or something?
Your kids are giving you clues, too. Alright. Nay. Next up is the guard. I'll see you there. Okay, here's the guard, and... Oh, I forgot to reline up here. Boop, boop, boop. Ignore some of the people in the party. I allowed things that I recruited come with me as we go. Alright, anyway. He goes bye-bye, and...
We're sorry. We didn't mean it. Don't come back as a ghost and haunt us.
Uh-oh, did we do that? What are we gonna do, Dad? He'll be alright, won't he?
Well, let's find out. Let's wake him up. Nay. Can't creep up on people like that. Yep.
No monster can be a match for my dad, no matter how strong. Right, Dad?
And apparently the daughter has nothing else to say. But, okay. I'll meet you inside the Beast Lair next. Alright, let's head into the Beast Lair. And here we go.
It won't attack us at all.
It seems to be protecting something.
Nay. Alright. Also, I did test it, and if you give the Bianca's ribbon to either girl or boy, it won't work. I didn't think so, but anyway, we're gonna flee first.
Why doesn't that monster attack us?
You see, Dad? It's not a bad monster at all. You know that, don't you, Dad?
Alright. And now we're going to go ahead and recruit him. I'm going to fast forward this part. Yeah, you guys do whatever. Remember, it's Baumrem! Who would have thought? Pinky sword. That sounds bad. And Baumrem joins the party. Or tries to, but the wagon is full. Pick someone... oh, yeah, whatever. One of these random monsters I got. Whoopsies. That's my bad. Nay. Really? You guys have nothing to say? Well... oh, here we go.
You're really lucky, Dad. You've got so many monster pets. I haven't even got a dog. And Baumrem's so cool. His mane's even growing now. Up here in the mountains all alone, Baumrem must have been really lonely.
I'm right, aren't I? There are hardly any bad monsters. All of them are good, aren't they?
Not quite, girl. Hold on, I'm gonna go back and forth real quick to see if she has one more piece of dialogue. Nah. Alright. With that done, I will meet you above ground unless any other dialogue comes up. Okay, so what I did was I made sure there was room in the wagon ahead of time so we wouldn't lose this dialogue. And this is what happens when you actually have room, he joins right away. When you have to kick someone out, the party talk is lost, so.
What? You used to have this monster as a pet? Wow.
Oh, right. It would help if I hit the button, wouldn't it?
And it remembered you from all that time ago? You're clever, aren't you, Baumrem? I like you. You must have been really lonely living in a remote cave all on your own, Baumrem. But you'll always be with us from now on. Isn't that great?
Can Baumrem sleep with me tonight, please?
There might be a little more to it with the daughter, I'm not sure. But, let me see. Anything else here? You're really lucky. We heard this. And that's it. Okay. I'll check if there's any more dialogue, but other than that, if there isn't any little bit of dialogue left, I will go ahead and meet you inside Hay Village, with or without Baumrem, depending. See you there. Okay, there is one extra piece of dialogue, and I wanted to make sure I get it. I know this is a little asinine, but since I'm starting this, I may as well make sure I am fastidious about this.
Look, Baumrem looks so happy. He must have been really lonely.
And then she does that again. Yeah, it's only with it. So I guess when I do this, I might have to do it one character at a time. So I'll make sure to do that from now on. Yeah, nay. Does she have anything different to say out here other than before? Yeah, no. Okay. Now that that's done, I'll meet you at the village with these two. Finally. Alright, now let's return to the village. It does not matter whether you have Baumrem with you or not, they have the exact same dialogue, so don't worry about it.
The villagers are giving us evil stares. I don't like it. They're not being very welcoming, are they? I mean, we came to tell them that our fields are going to be okay.
I want to go back to the wagon, Dad.
Yeah. They're mean. He doesn't want to die. The only dialogue that changes is what the NPCs slightly say. Like, it says tell it to keep away if you don't have it on you, and if you do have it on you, it just says keep it away from me. I don't want to die, etc.
But Baumrem would never hurt a human. Although he did make them mess their fields, didn't he?
He's really sorry. He didn't mean it. The people here should forgive him.
Blech. Alright. Not gonna say this because we have said it many times before.
What? Shouldn't we have let Baumrem come with us? No, that wouldn't have been right, would it? Would it?
Yeah, I think this is a slight deviation here. If you bring him with us, he says we shouldn't have. This one, it just sounds a little slightly weird, but it's just a very slightly different. Yeah, she has nothing to say. Once again, daughter has a little less to say about things this time. Regarding this kid, doesn't matter what you say, they don't have any different dialogue even after you talk to them a second time, unlike the wives.
The little boy isn't scared of us, but the adults are.
Tamerer? What does he mean?
Yeah, you watch, if you talk to him again, nothing. No little cute like, oh, that's neat. But Stay away, yeah.
I don't want to stay here anymore, Dad.
Yeah. Let's chat with her. Yep.
Is it really so weird to have a monster with you?
He's not a beast, he's Baumrem.
I like the little extra commentary they're doing. Nothing there. Yeah, stay away, blah, blah, blah.
Huh? We can have the Terror Crow? Really? Wahoo! Well, I wish I could get excited about it, but with everyone being so mean, it's kind of taken the enjoyment out of it.
No, thank you, we don't want anything from you.
I like that she says it just like Bianca in a way. Or the other wives. I was like, oh, screw you, basically. Anyway, we could take it. And we only get one response from Sun, though. And it is only when you pick up the Terror Crow.
Let's get going, Dad.
Yeah, it took out his joy for it, sadly. And then this out me way guy. Yes, for clever dickies.
Unbelievable! How could he be so ungrateful?
But we went all that way, right down inside the cave, and we...
Yeah. Disappointing. Yeah, well, you know what I did. Yeah, whatever.
This is really starting to annoy me, Dad.
Yeah, you have nothing. Beard guy has... There's no one wants to respond to Beard guy. And we get money.
He's so mean. That's not the end of it. He doesn't understand.
Alright, let's talk to the one grateful person in the town, and we can move on. You know, the one weird thing is, if you do this in Generation 2 and you come back around Generation 3, they're all a little sorry for how they treated us. But if we waited another generation, everyone stays the same age, that boy does not grow up, that dog doesn't get older. It's kind of funny, because those kids, our kids should have been babies, were babies and then turned 8 years old, or 7 years old, one of the two. And the boy in town is like, looks like he's still the same age. I mean, it's another 8 years, so even if he was 4, he should be at least 12 now, you know?
Did you hear that, Dad? She said thanks. It's nice to finally hear it, isn't it?
At last, finally someone who appreciates us. I was starting to get really annoyed.
Yeah, and you have a right to be annoyed. But, alright, that's it for the kids. I'll meet up next with Tuppence and Sancho's talkings next. I'll see you there. Okay, we're here with Sancho and Tuppence. Let's do this.
I like this village. Is small and is simple. Your Uncle Sancho, he likes soiling in the plant. Yeah? No. I mean, planting in the soil.
Yeah, sorry. He has a bad accent, and I'm gonna make a bad accent. Ugh.
Pooey, this place is... It really is the countryside, isn't it? Is this place on the map? Do they even make maps that are so irrelevant?
Yeah, Tuppence is a little posh. Alright, they're a proper mess, yep.
It's a terrible thing. You never do something wrong in the soil. It is sacred.
Okay, yeah, we're not doing that voice anymore. I'm just going to just talk that one regularly.
It is strange, no? The atmosphere here. We must ask someone what is happening.
Yeah, there we go. That was his second comment about the area. This is hay. You may call it hay. Yes. Hay is for horses. Sadly, only Sancho said anything.
He's so sad.
Tuppence doesn't care. I think they both have... No, I don't think Tuppence has anything to say about the inn.
If we stay here the night here, it is good for the village, you know? It's gonna bring in a few garbanzos.
Yeah, I don't really care for his accent, but it's there. How about the boy? I think only Sancho says something. No, Sancho doesn't even say anything either.
This place really is badly off, isn't it? It's rather hard to be here, actually.
Yeah, I don't think that anyone says anything about the dog. Nah, and the farmer here... Nah, no one cares about him. Okay. Okay, does anyone... I don't think either of them actually have anything to say with her. Yeah, no one cares about her either. Yeah, they talk a little less, and just to show it... Nope. If one person says nothing, the other won't. Alright, Terror Crow farmer now.
And we no have the spare food. If I knew we were coming here to such a place, I would prepare mucha paella.
Yeah, he likes to talk about paella. That's kind of his shtick. Do they have anything to say about the Terror Crow? I don't think they do. Yeah, nah. And church and shop never have anything to say. So, let's go get shoved by Out Me Way guy. I'm going to go ahead and fast forward this part again. Out Me Way!
Something is happening here. I wonder what is the matter. Hell, the nerve. Does he know who he's talking to? This is monsters! King monsters!
You know, with a name like that, they should know better, no? Anyway. Here's the original farmer. He's... oh my gosh, yes, yes, yes. We need to talk to the bailiff.
They offer us 1,500 gold when they are so poor. It's so moving.
Sob. He cries at the drop of a hat. Yeah, Tuppence has nothing really to say for a lot of these things. Yeah, he does have something to say about the bailiff. Okay. I'm just gonna go whoop. Sorry, I forget I have fast forward sometimes.
These people, they are in trouble. It's all for one and one for all. No, come, we go west. To be honest, I'd feel a bit more motivated if I thought this monster's lair at least contained treasure or a fair maiden or something.
Tuppence. I don't think anyone has anything to comment here either, but we'll find out in a moment. Yeah, okay. And then we got Out Me Way guy, which, again, they don't really talk. But let's go ahead and fast forward. Okay. All we got left now is to go in the cave. So, I'll meet you in there. Alright, let's enter the cave.
Yes, I'll need a bit of monster bashing to flesh out the legend of Tuppence. Right, let's get on with it. You are such a fine man, friend. You accept his cry for help, even from strangers. See, from such a log, such cheaps, you are just like your papa.
And nay. Alright, I'll meet you in floor 2. Okay, floor 2.
See, this is the right way. Sometimes I see the marks of the monster's feet, or some of its hair on the ground. Once we've slain this beast monsters, let's say we make a cloak or something from its coat. I bet it'd look absolutely sensational on you.
Nay. Dusty disagrees. Alright, I'll meet you at the guard now. Alright, we're at the guard now. Yeah!
It's too much. This is surprise, no? The senor, he scared me. It's alright. Whatever happened to him, I won't tell a soul. You can count on me.
That's kind of funny. It's like, I don't want to be murdered, sure, no problem. Anyway, we gotta drop down. What if I go over here? Oh, he goes that way. I'm glad they thought of that. That's cool.
Look at his neck. It looks a bit twisted, doesn't it? He must have done that when he fell. It's no a good idea to come here alone, senor. Maybe he is a little loco, no?
Nay. Alright, I'll meet you in the next spot. Okay, we're just outside the cave. Let's go ahead and get the responses.
Friend, be careful. It looks pretty tough up close, actually. Maybe I'll see you on the tomb, shall I?
No. Alright, now we're gonna first flee. let's see.
He's a great Sabercat, this monster. You remember, friend? You used to... Eh? You think he's... The beast's scared of us. But we're not going to let it off that easily, are we, monsters? Just think of the fur.
Tuppence is always just slightly off. Alright, now for this part, I'm dropping a save state down. And we're going to go ahead and start with just Tuppence. And recruit him. Let's do it. Grar. Okay, let's go ahead and do the quick recruit. And we're just going to hurry through this part. Alright. And now what do you have to say, Tuppence?
Why on earth did that dirty old bit of ribbon make the beast calm down? I suppose it must have been the disgusting, musty smell of it. Do you think? But why do you look so angry all of a sudden? That was a dirty trick, monsters. You could have told us you knew the beast.
Yeah, Tuppence is a bit of a coward.
Our task here is done already, isn't it? It's the perfect excuse to cast evac. Come on, evac, evac.
He knows our spell slots. Alright, now we're going to switch over to just Sancho. Nay. Let's go ahead and do this quickly. I know I could have paused recording and just waited till we got to the aftermath, but it's quick enough. Alright.
You don't go hungry no more, Baumrem. Your Uncle Sancho, he gonna make you a big monster paella. I don't believe it. You know, I say to myself, maybe, but anda. I no believe it. It's destiny, friend. You must look after these Sabercat, you know.
You're a purr. Yeah, I like Sancho's responses. He's definitely more of a heart. Got more of a heart, I mean.
It's just one strange thing after the other when I travel with you, friend. And it was just the same with Senor Pancras. Maybe he's all destiny.
Alright, and that's it for the cave responses. I'll meet you inside the village. Alright, we've recruited Baumrem, and now we're going to get the responses from the people of Hay. There's a lot less that they comment on, just so you guys know, but, for instance...
I no like the atmosphere here. What should we do, friend?
Tuppence doesn't care. Anyway. Doesn't matter whether you bring Baumrem or not, they have the same responses.
I say the villagers would listen to any of our demands at this moment, wouldn't you?
Yeah, and he's like, exploitation here.
It's surprising the people here. They feel like this. It is so sad.
Yar. None of them have a response to the old lady. Don't bother. None of them respond to the boy, or his tamerers, or the dog. Neither care about this guy over here either. Oddly enough, this one only Tuppence responds about.
Typical. The people here hardly ever take a step outside, and yet they've seen us walking around with Baumrem.
Yeah. I kind of find it funny that he gets to get that response there. Yeah, you have nothing to say. I also just realized I forgot to do nighttime with them, and I'll show that at the end of this, just so you guys know. They don't have anything to say to this guy, but Sancho has something to say when you get the Terror Crow. And none of them have a response to just looking at it.
You know, whenever I look at these scarecrow now, I'm gonna remember this day and everything that happened here.
Alrighty. But yeah, Tuppence has some pretty hilarious dialogue at times. I'm just doing a quick fast forward of that, and...
Enough! No one speaks to king monsters like that. I'd like to cut him down to size, your majesty.
Overeager there.
Maybe one day, the senor and his amigos, they're gonna understand. But now, they are just angry because their fields, they are in a mess. It's better we go now.
Alright. Let's see. Sancho has one thing to say to the OG farmer here. I call him OG farmer because he's the original one we ran into.
It's no good for us to stay here now. The people, they can no trust us.
Yeah, Tuppence has nothing to say there. And there we go.
It's because they have no money and they live is such a hard life. They can know think straight. It's nothing we can do. It's the nature of humans. We sort out their monster problem and let them hurl abuse at us, and they only give us 1,500 gold coins? It's exploitation, that's what it is. Total exploitation.
God. And as usual, no one gives a shit about the bearded farmer here. Poor guy. But everyone has something to say to her. Because she at least thanks us.
That's all very well, but I was at least expecting a feast or something in our honor. No, that cuts no ice with me, I'm afraid.
Tuppence.
The Senora, she's so kind, no?
Alright. That's all of the responses here. I'll meet you for their nighttime responses before we get Baumrem. And then that should be it for most of Generation 3. Until we get the wives back, but this might be the last video. I'll talk more in the nighttime. See you there. Okay, it's night. They walk in.
Oh, what's that? Yeah? A monster in a town? Are you okay, friend? You're no hurt? This monster, he is not gonna get away with this. Looks like it was after food. It's eating all the vegetables in that patch. Look, what a mess. Dear son, he's sinking early these days.
Alright, just to see if Tuppence has any atmosphere talk to have.
The end of another day at last. I thought that one was never going to be over. I'm exhausted.
Okay, and that's it for that. Alright. In case this is the last part of the whole little experiment I've had here, I hope you guys enjoyed the little extra dialogue. I don't know if there's any more with when the wives come back, if there's something slightly different by the time we revive. In this playthrough, it's Debora. But if she has something slightly different from her original, I'll do another run through and have the different wives. Like when I do other runs with monster parties, I'll bring one of the wives along with us and different wife with us and see if they have anything different to say. But if that's it though, then that's it. So I'm gonna say my closer here, just in case. Hope you guys enjoyed this little like experiment to see less known dialogue, because most people I know just immediately get the Sabercat and be done with it early on. It's cool that the writers and the I was about to call them dialogue makers, which is not quite the right word. But the translators included these little party talks that most people probably are going to miss, and I appreciate that. If there's any other possibly missed dialogue that I run into, or if you guys know of in either Dragon Quest 4 or 5 doing something weirdly similar, let me know. I know we could skip Helmanuptra, but I don't think it really matters, so whatever. Anyway, I'll see you in the next one, whatever that one is. Bye-bye!